Hi, hello, hi everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you're watching from. Yes. I think I'll just give some time a bit to see if we would have a few people joining us on this session, and hopefully some of you would replay because I know that because of the time difference, for some of you it may be midnight by now. But for those of us in the Eastern time zone, I believe it's a perfect time. This is 7 p.m. So I'm just going to give a bit of time to see if we would have a few people join us. Otherwise, we're just going to kick off with the business for the day. It's turn off the music in the background. Yeah. Okay. Hi, everyone. Let's see if anyone is joining. Or in the absence of anyone joining, I'm sure a lot of people would replay this because this session was basically booked based on a lot of questions I've had in the past. Hi. Please feel free to wave when you join in so that I can wave back. And thank you for joining too. Yep. 1 second. Okay. I think we will just get started already. So for those of you meeting me for the first time, hi, Andrew. Thank you for joining in. My name is Michelle. I think it's better to start with introducing myself formally, and then we can get right into the business of the day. Thank you for joining in, Andrew. I am waving back. I'm waving right back at you. Please feel free to wave when you join, just so that I can acknowledge you while the session is going on. Yep. Okay. I just thought someone else was joining in. Yeah, a few people would still be joining in. But in the absence of people joining in, I think we should just start so that we don't get to take anybody's time here on this call. So my name is Michelle. Career-wise, I am an education consultant. I've worked in the international education industry for about 15 years now. Then on the side, I run my own online digital business. So it's all about the digital business talk that we are here for today. And I'll start by telling you guys why I am starting this live session or why we are doing this live session. So a year ago, exactly 12 months from today, yeah, a year ago, I started my online business in August, I think 20th of August. Yeah, so exactly 1 year from exactly 1 year to today, I started running my online business. And because I turned 1 year, and over the past few months, I've been able to mentor a lot of people. I've talked to a lot of people about starting their own online business. And to be honest, people have started their businesses and they're doing well. So basically, to mark our 1 year or to mark my 1 year in the online business, I decided to start this digital business talks, basically to encourage people out there, to help people out there, especially people who moved from their countries, who migrated from their countries to anywhere in the world. So if you're a migrant from maybe watching from the US, Canada, UK, Australia, wherever you're settled in, these live sessions are basically for you because I migrated from my country. I think 2 years ago, 2 years or thereabout, I migrated from Nigeria to Canada, where I'm currently living. And the quest to start my online business started after I turned 1 year and got my permanent residence. I started looking out. Let me just tell you guys a little story about how I birthed my online business. So, like I said, I moved to Canada 2.5 years ago. And when I fully settled in and got my permanent residency sometime last year, I started looking for something to do extra, something to add to what I already know how to do. I have a 9 to 5 job that I still work effectively and do. And I love my job because I've been in that job for about, I've been in the industry for, I think about 15 years or thereabout. Great job, nice place to be and all of that. But it gets to that point in someone's life where you feel you need to do more, you need to do something extra, or you want to learn something new from what you are used to. So that was the point I got to in June last year. And I started searching online, trying to learn something different from what I'm used to. First, I paid a huge amount of money to learn about the real estate business, the place, to really know how it works. I paid for a 6 weeks course. I went through the course, fantastic. But when I was done with that program, something kept telling me I needed to do something else, something new, especially in the digital space. Yeah, I work in an organization that is quite techy, but because of the position I hold, I have a lot of people who work within my team. So I get to delegate, and people have a lot of things they do around me. My responsibilities actually kept me a bit on techie. So I wasn't quite tech savvy when I decided to learn more about the digital space. So that was one of the reasons I said, you know what? Let me learn more about online digital marketing and see how that space really works, because over time I've been into sales, and sales and marketing works hand in hand, but I never knew anything about digital marketing. I only knew about the things people reported to me, or things I just tell them to find a way to promote, run campaigns and all of that. But I wanted to learn a few things for myself, and that's where the quest for this online digital business started for me. So while I was still in deep search on what to do, what space to really settle with, I came in contact with with a particular video, a couple. They were talking about when they migrated to Canada, I think US, yes, when they migrated to the US. The lady is a nurse, or was a nurse, and I'm not sure about the husband's occupation, but it was a video run by this couple. They started talking about how they started their online business. So I got interested and I decided to watch their video to the end. But after that, I think I got distracted and I moved off. But this thing about when you start searching for a particular topic or a particular niche online, the algorithm automatically keeps bringing such ads or videos to you each time you pop up in the online space. So from that time, I started seeing more videos, different people talking about leveraging the space to start your own business, to own your own time, freedom, and almost everything I was looking out for. So one of these fateful mornings, another lady had a baby with her, and she was talking about a similar kind of business I had seen about 2 weeks thereabouts. And I got interested and I listened, or I watched her video to the end. And this time around, I decided, okay, let me watch the webinar this lady is urging us to watch after watching her video. Let me see what the webinar is all about. So I clicked registered and started watching the webinar. When I got halfway into the webinar, I felt it was too long, but I told myself, you're keen on knowing more about this thing, so you need to watch the video to the end. So I watched the video to the end. I saw different people from different races, from different countries, talking about how they leverage the online digital space and how it has helped them, especially migrants, how it has helped them settle in, how it has given them freedom from just walking around the circles, walking to pay bills and all of that. So at the end of the video, we were informed that you need to pay $149 to gain access into the business properly. And if you get in and see that this business isn't for you, your $149 will be refunded within 30 days. And I asked myself, what's there not to go ahead and just see what this business is all about. My curiosity became high. I really wanted to understand everything. And if it's actually not for me, they've assured me that I was going to get my money back. So I went ahead and paid the $149. First, I was saying, what if they don't pay me back this money and I'm not interested in the business? I just told myself, I'll count it as my loss. But I trusted the fact that if I got in and I didn't want to continue, I got the assurance I was going to get my money back. So I went all in, and I gained access to see what the business was all about, and I got even more interested. And by the time I was done watching the video that gave me access to everything about the business, I said, you know what? I want to book for a coaching call. I really want to go all in and see what this business is about. And that's where my journey in my online digital business started. And that was August last year. So 1 year exactly. And that's why we are having these digital talks. It's basically to encourage people out there. If you're looking for something you can do extra, you are in the right place. If you're a migrant and you feel stuck in your job, or you feel that you want to probably get extra jobs, run extra shifts to help you keep up with the bills, this video is basically for you. I didn't get to that point of struggle, but it wasn't funny. I saw that what I was earning, plus the fact that some of our finances were being funded from Nigeria. We run businesses in Nigeria, so some of our daily living was funded from the monies we make from our home country. I wanted to do, yes, I wanted to keep doing my job, but I wanted something extra to give me some freedom, something extra to give me the opportunity to spend time with my family. I wanted something extra to live beyond the circle of earning my salaries, paying bills, and then it was almost very difficult for me to save from what I was earning. And I feel like this resonates with a lot of people, especially those who migrated newly, those who are still trying to find their feet. I know that over time, when you live in the diaspora, you get to, settle in, understand the system, and then probably factor out how you're going to work and how it's going to help you balance up your job, your family, and then keeping up with the bills. But at that time for me, it was such a dire need that I needed something extra to do. So I went all out. And when I saw what the business was all about and I needed to go through with my investments, I got in, I invested, and then my systems were set up for me. And then I started running through the hands-on training that comes with the investment. So I went through my trainings for a couple of weeks. I mean, it's a hands-on practical training that you go through at your pace. There is no pressure from anyone. So if you start the training, all you need to do is set up your time when it's convenient for you. For some people, they do 2 hours. Some people, they do 3 hours. For some people, just 1 hour. Like I said, depending on the space of time you have on you to probably go for your 9 to 5 job, do other activities, and maybe before you retire fully, you log in 1 hour, 2 hours, get the training done. So you do it at your pace. And because while you're going through this training, you're learning hands-on on how to manage your business in the digital space. If all of you would agree with me, there is almost no business out there that people do that they don't leverage the online space to promote their businesses. Even people who have run their businesses for over decades, who were not leveraging the digital space, have all embraced the digital space. And that's because there's so much going on online. In this same online space, people are making legitimate finances. People are cashing out in terms of their legitimate businesses. People are promoting their businesses and meeting or reaching a wider audience through the online space. And it doesn't require too much. Your phone, your laptop, and your willingness to be part of this space. To be honest, few months before now, I never thought I would want to be in the online space. I felt I was this very conservative person. If you just that when I started my business, I had to open a new Facebook page. My previous Facebook page, I don't think I had changed my display picture for over 6 or 7 years. That's how conservative I was. But that's not to say that I don't go to Facebook or I don't go to Instagram or YouTube. I watch videos on YouTube, I do all of that. But I always like to stay in the background. But during this training, I got to realize that staying in the background wasn't going to pay my bills. Staying in the background wasn't going to give me the life shift I needed. It wasn't going to give me the freedom I was looking for. So I said, if it's this online space that people are legitimately earning a living, then why not? And then when it's also flexible, it's not going to take me out of what I enjoy doing, one of which is my job. It's also going to give me time to spend quality time, be at events with my children, because it got to a point that I started missing out on important events for my kids. Maybe sometimes because I'm at work, I'm unable to um, show up in their school for activities. I didn't want to miss out on all of that. So I decided to start something extra that can help me gain the freedom that I needed over time, especially living in diaspora. For most of us in our country, when we had help, it was easy to have people assist you, help you with the children, make life easy for you. But when you come here, you do everything, like everything, single-handedly yourself. And then that's where you see people, because the funds, what you make at the end of the day, is not enough to keep you going. It's not enough to keep you going. So I became an advocate of do something extra to add to what you are already doing. And if this extra thing you're doing grows over time, you can decide to hands off. So I followed through with my trainings, and I think sometime in November I was done, and then I started setting up my ads based on all the knowledge and the skills I had gained from the training sessions I did. And then also, starting this business gave me access to a large community of people, individuals like me, who started like me, who are also professionals in their fields, people who are comfortably doing things for themselves without any hitches or challenges. But because of the demand or the cost of living where they are based, the yearning to do something extra also got them into this business. I got to embrace a community of people I never thought I would have access to. In this business over the last couple of months, I've made friends who have become like family. People who have been in this space for, let's say, 3, 4, 5 years. My coach turned 2 years in the business, or it's going to be 2 years in a month. But I have other mentors, I have other colleagues who have been in the business for 4, 5 years. So it gave me a space to trust something legit, something different from every other thing I had come in contact with online, and I followed through. And to be honest, from the time I started running my ads, I've met a lot of people. I've been able to mentor people to also start their businesses. I've come in contact with people who have said goodbyes to their 9 to 5, because it gets to a point where you grow in the business where you tell yourself, I'm done. I'm done doing the other extra thing that is distracting me from the income growth I need in my business. And people do exit. But I also have people who have been here 3 years and are still holding on to their jobs just the way I am doing my normal job. And then I see my online business as an extra, a legitimate extra stream of income that is helping me make a better living and gearing towards that time freedom I need to raise my kids, that time freedom I need to be out of the space of being under pressure to get things done. Let's take, for instance, you decide to start your business. So, for example, now, let's say you're a nurse and you know how your shifts are. The more shifts you get to take, the more earnings you gain from those extra shifts you get to pick. Sometimes because you're picking extra shifts, you barely spend time with your kids, you're barely at home, you have the money, but you still don't have the time freedom to be available for your kids. That's a typical life of somebody living abroad. I'm just using nurses for example, but this goes all around in different sectors. We do jobs that, yes, the funds come in, but because we are recycling those funds, it's not enough for us to even save. For some of us, there are expectations from families back home. You know, when you relocate, there is this perception that people have that you're going to be doing better. Um, so they expect that you should reach out to them, you should meet their needs sometimes, but they barely understand what people living abroad get to go through to keep things together. I mean, it's no fault of theirs. They're not here, so they wouldn't really understand. But people who live abroad, it doesn't matter where you're living. We all know how the grind is. And then the fact that you're having a total life shift of getting to do everything all by yourself, life shift of barely having time. Most times when you even have the time, all you just want to do is zoom off and sleep, rest, you know, because it feels like you're walking round the clock. And then take, for instance, couples in diaspora who the husband and the wife are also engaged in different jobs. Sometimes because of the shifts they run, they barely even get to see each other. When the husband is coming in, the wife is going because someone needs to be at home. When you start your own online business, you have the opportunity to work from anywhere. So you can work from home, you can have your laptop in front of you and also monitor your kids and also shut it down and be available for your kids in their schools for any activities. You can be available in your children's life to give them that life you didn't have that you are dreaming to give them. The opportunities are in the online space. Quit using your phone to just like people's posts or comment on people's posts. Use your phone to earn a legitimate living through setting up your own business. Hi, Olivia. Glad to see you. Thank you for joining. Hi, James. Hi, James. I I was just looking at the camera and I wasn't looking at the people who have dropped a bit highs here. So if you're out there living in the diaspora, especially, or a new migrant, an old migrant, it doesn't matter how long you've lived abroad. We all need these extra streams of income to keep up. We all need this extra stream of income to gain the time freedom we are yearning for. And an opportunity is placed right before you to do what you can to change your life. An opportunity is placed before you to earn a legitimate living without being a bother. Let me tell you guys something. Another good thing about our business is the fact that you don't need to chase family and friends. You don't need to knock on people's door. Everything we do is here in the online space. I started my business through someone I didn't know. Nobody talked to me. Nobody followed up with cold calls, emailing. I started my business because I made up my mind that it was time for me to break out. I made up my mind to learn something new. I made up my mind to push myself from that comfort zone and get uncomfortable to see what comes out of it. So that's where a decision is supposed to come from. You have to make a decision and open up your mind. I've had people sometimes reach out to me and ask me, oh, how do I start? My job is very demanding. I have 3 kids. Probably my husband is not here in Canada with me, or even if my husband is around, he's running 2 jobs, so he's very busy, so I have to be home. How do I keep up with starting and sustaining my business? Girl, like I said, if you start this business, you don't need to spend the whole day in your business. Our business has automated systems that works for you even while you sleep. All you need to do is check up on your business, maybe an hour or two or less. And depending on your growth, when I started giving my trainings 1 hour. And when things started becoming interesting, I started getting a hang of the things I need to understand in the business. I started extending my trainings to 2 hours because I wanted to wrap up so that I can start projecting and pushing my business out there. And right now, when I'm done with my 9 to 5, I'm done with taking care of my kids. Before I shut down, I would go to my business, check out who has reached out to me, reach out to them, give them the information they need. If I have people within the period that I'm mentoring anyone, get on the call, respond to any queries they need. You too can become that mentor for someone when you start your business. Because when I started, it felt vague. I was like, how am I going to grow? Who's going to help me? But from day one, I've had my mentor, I've had my coach. Anytime I need something, I reach out to them. They are always available to help you. They are always available to hold your hand. So these two women held my hands. In fact, most times when they don't hear from me, they are checking up on me. How is it going? Just to be sure I'm okay. But the good thing about our training packages is that they are seamless, very practical, hands-on. Everything is video recorded. So you're learning everything practically as you're going with it. So you don't even need anybody to be on the phone with you all the time. But whenever you get stuck, there is a support system available for you. Beyond my mentor or my coach, I've made friendships in the community, people that I reach out to, ask them questions, and they are ever and willing, ready to help and support. And that's the same support I've given to people out there who I've mentored, who I'm still mentoring to grow their businesses. I've had questions. People ask me, so how long will it take me to start earning big? So let me clear that in our business. So our business is like starting any business. Take for instance, I have a friend here in Canada. We relocated about the same time. She used to be a big time banker in Nigeria. She had worked in the industry for years. And when she had to come to Canada, she had to resign her banking job. And then when she came to Canada, she decided to start a new skill entirely, something different from what she was used to doing in Nigeria, which is banking. She started her own catering business. She started pastry business, started making um, puff puffs, meat pies, something she learned. I think she learned it passively, maybe for a couple of weeks. But when she came to Canada, while she was still trying to get a job, she said, you know what, let me take this skill I learned a little, let me take it serious and improve myself. She started watching YouTube videos with her phone. She started watching a lot of videos. Right now, as I speak, we came to Canada about the same time, 2.5 years ago. She makes one of the best pastries around Ontario. And I sit with her and see her rejecting jobs. People call her to place orders, and she says, oh, I'm not available because I need to rest. But she started just in her bedroom. She started like a novice, but she opened up to learning. Most times when she just started, anything she does, she'll tell somebody, please give me feedback, honest feedback. How is it? So she worked on improving on those feedbacks. When she started, for the first 1 year, she wasn't making profit. She just wanted to be sure that the business was properly placed and that she was rendering exceptional services for people to like the quality of what she was producing or what she was making. And she had grown over these months, and the business is getting better. She's not even looking for a job anymore because the business is growing. So that's the same way online digital business is. It is not a get rich quick scheme. It is not bring your money and go and sleep and the money will double up. It's not that kind of business. It's just like starting any other business that you will start from the scratch. You allow yourself to grow with the pace. You learn, you make mistakes and keep growing and going up. But your earnings don't stop as long as you remain consistent, as long as you are intentional. If you treat your online digital business the way you treat your 9 to 5, it's guaranteed that you quit your job before you even start thinking it, because your earnings from the business would even be more than what you're earning in your 9 to 5. So it's all about you understanding that it is not something I dabble into and I would get rich in 5 days or in 2 months. I'm going to blow. No, 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 no. People who have been in this business, like my coach turned 5 years a few months ago in the business. She started year one may not be as you know as huge as it is in year 5, but she stayed. She was consistent. She was showing up. She was intentional. She treated it like you would treat a job that they are paying you salary for. And that's how businesses grow. If you're intentional about your business, there's every tendency that the business will grow. If you're looking out for opportunities to ensure that your business is scaling up, you're trying out things that people in similar businesses are trying out, you're asking questions, you're opening yourself to learning, pay for sessions, to improve on that thing you started. That is how our business is. But the good thing is, when you start this business, you're not paying for different sessions. With the training package and consistent showing up and attending to your leads and reaching out to people who are reaching out to you, the tendency for you to grow is glaring. No hidden truths. So all your online business needs is the same thing that your physical on-ground business needs. That's all. If you're doing anything in the online space, you need to show up for people to know you. You need to show up for people to trust you. You need to show up for somebody to say, oh, I've seen this woman before. Okay, I think I'm in a safe place, not a face that they are not used to. Because of my business, I moved out from my very conservative place, and a lot of people have been saying me lately, not because I just want to post things, but because I want to make them understand that the online space gives you earning opportunities, but all you need to do is to show up. Show up out there. Talk about your business. Be proud of what you're doing and hold on to it and keep pushing. It's going to grow. So if you're out there, if you're new in a foreign land, if you've been here for a while and you've been struggling and asking yourself, what can I do extra? What else can I do? Instead of running different shifts, channel that second job or second extra job that you want to do when you come back from that one, resume on that one and start your own online business. Use that time to build something for you, for yourself. Use that time to build a legacy that you will look back tomorrow and be thankful to yourself that you started. And why should you start now? Because there's never a perfect time to start. The more you keep procrastinating and waiting for the best time, the more time keeps going. People are getting in, growing, scaling up, and you are still indecisive. Somebody else said, I've been scammed before. I too have been scammed. Honestly, I have been scammed in the online space. But even for the fact that there are people who come online to scam people, there are also people who are legitimately doing things that have helped them grow and doing very well. So don't stay in the space of, because I've been scammed, I can't trust anything. Do your research, ask your questions, do your findings, and take that step. Don't just stay there because, oh, I've been scammed, I don't want to be scammed again. And then people will keep, moving forward, taking a decision, pushing their businesses, and you're still sitting on the fence. Should I? Okay, maybe when I have time, when I have my leave. The best time to start and make a decision is now, not later, not tomorrow, not next tomorrow. If I had kept procrastinating because of issues of trust, I may never have started this business and I wouldn't be where I am today. So do yourself some good and make a decision and open up to something new, something you can learn. If somebody is asking questions on what if I'm not tech savvy, our business will teach you everything you need to know about the tech systems. You don't need to have any knowledge at all. Come with your zero knowledge. That's what the business is all about. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Olivia. Olivia has an idea. I'm sure that's why she's giving us the positive comments here. So if you're still out there struggling, asking yourself, should I not? Make your decision. And I'm here. I'm going to be mentoring you. I'm going to be with you through your journey. I'm going to teach you what I opened up to be taught. I opened up to this learning and I am where I am. No regrets, but growth. That's all I've experienced in the last 1 year. So for every week in the next couple of months, we are going to be discussing different topics, basically based on the questions that I've received from people through direct messages, through comments, on sharing clarity on how they can start, grow, and scale up in their online businesses. And then I think in a few weeks, I would also start bringing in my team members, people who have spent 2, 3, 4, 5 years in our online business to come talk about how they started, the struggles, the challenges, and how they've scaled up their businesses to where they are today. So I'm going to be bringing in team members as well to talk about this same business and encourage you. So for every week, 7 p.m. Eastern time zone, we're going to be turning up here for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, 1 hour, maximum 1 hour. I'm not going to be taking anybody's time here, but I'm here to share light. And feel free to turn up for these sessions with your questions. It's okay to keep asking questions until you're satisfied before you can make your decision. And it's also okay for you to keep dragging your feet, but be informed that while you're holding on and stretching the time, people are taking decision and scaling up and growing. I want you to grow too, because I took the decision and I am where I am. So for today, I'm going to be ending this talk. If we don't have any questions, let me see if there are any questions here. Okay. Okay, I don't see any questions in the comment section, but if you're replaying, feel free to drop your comment. Feel free to drop any questions you may have. Feel free to DM me if you're a very private person like I used to be and you have more questions. Feel free to drop your questions. I'll be happy to respond to your questions. And let me leave one word with you while you retire today. Please know that the online digital space has become a space that everybody should be part of, because every business, every existing business, every business that is scaling up, every business that is expanding is leveraging the online space. So you too should leverage the online space beyond just liking, commenting, and doing your own thing so that people would also like, comment, cheer you on, and then you can cash out from this space as well. Don't just use your phones to take pictures and post. Go beyond that and find a niche for yourself to also make it big in the online space, because the online space has come to stay. It's not going anywhere. It's not something that will trend for a while and fade. Rather, it keeps getting better, deeper, and deeper. So if you've not yet started leveraging this space properly, start thinking about it. Feel free to ask me questions. I'll be happy to be your mentor. I'll be happy to respond. I'll be happy to help you, because I was helped I was given that chance, and I was given the lead and the guide. So I'm here for you to also give you the same mentorship I was given. So thank you for joining the session today. I'll be seeing you next week, same time. Before Thursday next week, I'll share out the topic we're going to be talking about. Like I said, I'm going to be gathering questions based on people who reach out to me through this video or every other videos I've sent out there before. And we would use that to have our talk for next week, Thursday. See you same time, 7 p.m. Eastern time zone. Thank you for joining today, and be on the lookout for more talks on digital freedom with Michelle. Thank you for watching.